she knew I pressed record.
And yet I was out to lunch somewhere, but I'm here now. I promise. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Two Tangled Skeins.
Two Tangled Skeins today.
There's two of us, which we will explain in a moment.
Yeah.
I'm Sue, also known as Crafty Knitter 7. This is, today is Saturday, May 28th, 2016. This is episode 161. I would like to welcome new and returning viewers and let you know that you can find us on our blog at twotangledskeins.com, YouTube, and Facebook.
And Instagram and Ravelry.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm Selma123. Hello. So there are only two of us because Lynn is having some serious tooth issues.
Yeah.
And she's having a lot of pain. So
I saw her last night, and she, Jessica from Sarah Nova Crafts is visiting. Hi, Jess. And they were going to get her some painkillers, and the painkillers aren't working. So we think it's going to be emergency surgery, and she texted me and said, "I'm so sorry I can't come." And I'm like, "Take care of yourself."
No, we were at midnight last night. She was
you were there?
I went briefly, yeah, because I wanted to see Jessica.
Okay.
And it just so happened that everything kind of ended, and I was like, oh, I could make it to midnight. So I went, and she couldn't even knit. She was in
so much pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. When the painkillers numb your face and don't help your tooth,
that's a problem.
So I'm hoping she can get it taken care of.
So needless to say, it's just the two of us today.
Yeah, you'll just have to put up with us. She's wearing glasses so she can see.
Yeah. Last week after I watched our episode, I was like, okay, I can't stop squinting. I gotta stop doing this to myself. But I just actually forget to wear them. And then I squint.
Mm-hmm. So, faux.
Guess what? I don't have a faux.
No, the only faux she has, she's wearing.
I'm wearing a faux. And I actually brought my oscilloscope to show it's been blocked out. Because it wasn't blocked last time.
Nice.
But I'm wearing this top that I made in 2013.
Yeah, I was going to say quite a few years ago.
Not that long ago.
3
years ago, 2013. I can't believe it. Time just flies, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I made this. This is actually the second version of this top, but I completely modified.
Yeah, I was looking at the two of them on your thing, and I'm like, whoa.
I really liked the shape. It's a very, very simple shape. Mm-hmm. And I like the way the neckline sits, and it was a really nice top.
Yeah, because the other one's just a little more fancy.
Yeah, the other one's got like a cable end lace thing happening here, and it's a little bit more complex, and it's called, well, I don't know if it's Jana or Jana, Jana by Sarah Hatton. And I originally made the version that's in the pattern, and then I just used the basic shape to make it again, and I added kind of a diamond lace thing here that I found in a Stitchionary, whatever you call them, Dictionary. And I made this. It's double stranded with a lace weight linen that I had, and what was it now?
Viking Norway? Yeah,
Viking of Norway Milk and Honey. It's a cotton and milk fiber yarn that I bought from a sale bin somewhere at one point. I think from Knitknackers, thank you. And then I could tell that the milk fiber was just going to be really like drapey, so I thought, let's double strand it with a linen, which is really taut and not going to do that. So you got
something somewhere in between.
Yeah. And it just turned into a nice, very sort of easy top that I wear a lot. And I just love I love the neckline. I'd like to do it again. I'd do it again in different colors.
What's the thing? You can take the neckline and you can do a plain sweater without anything on the front. And
absolutely. Or do, like a slip stitch pattern or whatever, or make it striped or whatever. And the original pattern is seamed, but I made it in the round and until there, and then just seamed the top. So very simple. Yep. That's what I'm wearing. It's a hot day sweater.
All her summer sweaters are out. Tops.
Summer sweaters are out, and it's about 30 degrees today. It's not even June. But anyway, that's another story. It's supposed to be a hot summer this year. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be hotter than normal.
Okay.
So we're starting out hotter than normal, that's for sure. It's race weekend here in Ottawa, and they've had to modify the times of the races, I think, because of the heat. So,
Did you have trouble with traffic?
No, it was okay.
Okay. Sean's like, you might want to text her, it's race week. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but I didn't have to go through downtown, which is where all the races are, so it was okay. So that's it. I didn't finish anything this week. I promised myself I'd never come on the podcast unless I had an FO.
You have an FO.
Yeah, but I mean like an actual...
But it was a very last minute decision.
It was. I'm not going to be able to be on probably for the month of June, because it's a really busy month and there's something going on every weekend.
School's ending.
Well, there are 2 birthdays. My friend's having a big birthday party next Saturday, and she's having a 20s, 30s, and 40s birthday party. So I'm going to be spending my afternoon trying to find what to wear for that, I think. And hopefully able to rent something. And my kids want to go, so we have to find outfits for them and
that are kid appropriate for the 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Yeah, and hopefully I can find something, or we'll fashion something for my daughter. That probably won't be too difficult. On her. Or just, she can have a little something with feathers in it, and I don't know. We'll find something, but anyway, that's that weekend.
Village.
Well, there's Malabar, which is this shop in town that you can actually rent costumes from. So we'll try that out. Anyway, and then the next weekend we're supposed to go to Montreal. Now there's a chance that I won't go, and if I don't, then I'll be able to be on. And then the weekend after that's my son's 13th birthday.
And my son's 18th birthday.
That's right, they're born on the same birthday. And it turns out that Shannon Fisher of Socksetra, we have the same birthday, June 28th.
June 28th.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hers is the 5th of June.
Coming.
And then the weekend after that, I am starting a yoga teacher training. I'm doing a 300-hour yoga teacher training, and it starts that weekend. There are a bunch of intensive weekends, so I'm going to be...
I won't see her at work for 3 months.
No, I'm taking the summer off.
I'll be okay.
We'll be texting furiously. Our thumbs will get really sore.
Yep.
So that's that weekend.
And that's the July 1st long weekend.
No, the next one is the July 1st weekend.
Okay.
And then it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's going to be a busy, busy month. So I thought, I can make it today. I'm going to show up. But no FO. The only thing I did was I brought the oscilloscope back because I wanted to show it off as a blocked shawl now. Whoops. And as you can see,
nice and big.
You can really see the lace.
Okay, I need to cast one on.
The lace work in there.
This is your fault. You're gonna get anxiety. It's all your fault.
Crazy. She has so many cast on. So anyway,
love it.
Yeah, I really love the way it blocked out, and it was actually cooler earlier this week, and I wore it in the evening. But
it hasn't made it to work.
No, it hasn't. Home. Well, there's no point taking it to work because I won't be there for the summer.
Right.
Although I might. But anyway, there you go. Just thought I'd show that. And that's really it. No real FOs this week.
She's human.
Apparently.
That's what I told her this week, and she thought that was quite funny. So, what's working on?
What are you working on?
I am working on my Franken Socks that I kind of really don't like, but I'm knitting them anyway. It seems that one of the socks is going to have big blocks of color. This one. Wait.
Both of them?
This one. Big blocks, and then this one's got one big block. I prefer the bottom part, but yeah, it's coming along.
You know what? I'm already seeing the harmony. It's the Franken Sock harmony.
It's I did about this much because I had a fall this week. Hit my head.
Yeah.
Wasn't feeling too good, so I wasn't allowed. Sean's like, you can knit, but not on your shawl.
No cognitive effort required.
He wouldn't let me read. He wouldn't let me on the internet. He wouldn't let me watch TV. And he's like, you can do that with your eyes closed. You can do that.
Yeah, because you posted in the Ravelry group?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sue and I go out for coffee. I was like, let's go take a break. So it was 2:30. We went out for coffee. I'm like, oh, let's go sit on that bench on the other side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
And then before you know it,
I was on the ground.
She's on the ground, crossing the street. Now, the women at Knit Night said that I pushed you. They had this whole story going that I pushed her.
No, she tried to save me, but
it happened so fast that at first it looked like she just stumbled.
I thought I was gonna, I remember the stumbling part, but I don't remember actually falling.
I thought you were going to recover, and then suddenly, boom, she was down. And
she didn't push me, she just let me fall.
Good scrape on your knee.
Yes.
And a little bit she hit her head a tiny bit, so that's what the concern was about.
Yeah, so I wasn't allowed to sleep for very long, and wasn't allowed to do much.
But how are you feeling now?
Today I have a slight headache, but it's nothing like the past few days. Like yesterday I was on the computer at work and I literally had to get off. I was just like, I can't focus. I was doing the scheduling for your team.
Yeah, she's helping my team out right now.
And I was looking at a piece of paper and I went to the computer to write what I just looked at and I forgot. I did that like 4 times and I'm like, nope, done. So I just did paperwork. And then, as I was about to leave work, the power went out.
That was quite spectacular, actually. Did you see what was happening?
In the basement, on the main floor?
There was a big storm yesterday. In fact, it was like beautiful in the morning. I look out at around 3 o'clock and it's just
the rain's going this way.
Rain coming down. And then the power goes off at about 4:15 and I'm like, all right, well, guess I'll leave. And you probably did the same thing as me.
Yeah.
But did you have to walk down?
That really did me in. I walked down 11 floors and I was really not feeling good. But in the lobby, we have a gym that's off of our lobby, it was raining.
Like the water was just coming right in. It had stopped raining, but clearly something had broken somewhere along the...
Carolyn Ferris came running upstairs saying they kicked everybody out of the gym because it was coming through their windows. And it was just going straight out the door into the lobby. But when right in front of the doors, it was pouring. Like, what does that say about a brand new building?
Not a lot.
So
anyway, so after all our drama, Franken Socks.
Yes. So these are knit on 2.25 millimeters, and these are Haya Sharps. They're quite comparable to my Addy Turbos.
Yeah, I do find them quite similar, actually.
I like them. I really do. And, scraps. So I'm pulling from the inside and the outside of my ball.
Now, I know that you're having an issue with all that green that's coming out, but I actually think...
It's not just the green, it's like block, block, block. But
I think that once the whole sock is done, it's going to be what it is. It's going to be its personality. Yeah, because
I'm into a different color here.
Yeah.
So
I think it looks great.
I didn't pay attention when I was rushing joining them. I just grabbed a ball and just kept joining. So it is what it is. So I'm working on that. And actually, it's in my notions pouch from Awesome Granny that came with my big bag. It actually fits.
It's so cute.
It's kind of awesome. I love it. The other thing I'm working on is my budding Bluebells shawl. I've had to rip this thing back so many times.
Still working on it, though.
Yes, I am. I got an inch done, but I did 2 sections, ripped back 2 sections, did 2 sections, ripped back 1 section. So I did knit a lot on it. You can see where my marker is. It's right here. It's kind of like almost mindless that I forget what I'm doing and then I'm making mistakes. And apparently some other people are making mistakes with the yarn overs. They'll get to the end of the row and go, at the end of the repeat and not have the right number of stitches. But after every repeat, there is a stitch count. I wish there was a stitch count after every row. So that is knit on 4 millimeters, which is a US 6, and this is these are Addy Turbo lace. No,
they don't look pointy enough.
No, but
are they the rockets?
They're the rockets, and this is a fixed circular that I went and got at the Wool Time, which is close to where I had to take my daughter to the dentist a few weeks ago because I couldn't do. There's knit 3 togethers at one point, and I couldn't do them with the wooden Knitter's Pride needles I had. So, but I will show you a picture of the shawl.
It's pretty. Who's it by?
It is by Mina, Philipp, who is Knitting Expat, and the yarn is Hue Loco. And I have exactly the same color yarns. And so, yeah, it was a joint thing for them. But, yeah, budding bluebells. It's going to be nice.
It's going to be very nice.
Yeah. And that is actually all I've worked on.
That would be my turn then.
Yeah.
I'm mid-row.
It's okay.
We'll make it work. So I started... Had I started this last week when I was here?
I don't think so.
Maybe I just had the swatch.
Yes, you swatched. Sorry, you swatched.
So this is the Meadow Beauty by Sachiko Uemura, I think. Also known as, Sachiko Uemura, also known as Nitimo. And it's this shawl that I showed you guys last week that's got these X's. It's got lattice eyelet pattern thing happening, and then it's got these stockinette stitch X's that are happening throughout.
It's really pretty.
So it's going to be a stole, and it's great. I think it's gonna, even though it's not. Let me start over.
Words.
There is a word in there. There's a sentence or two in there that will come out eventually. It's a 47-row repeat. So I thought, oh boy, this is going to take me forever to memorize, which is going to make it painful. But actually not. There are times when I have to just check, but most of the time I can just go.
I think you said it's when you get to the X's is you have to just make sure.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
So there we go. We can see it a little bit better. What is happening there against Sue because she's wearing black. So there you can see it. So, and it's interesting because the yarn, it's not going to require a whole lot of blocking because the yarn has linen in it, and linen just tends to lie flat. So it's coming along. Now I'm on almost finished my second repeat, and I need to do 20. So it's going to take a while to get there. I'm knitting it out of Orange Flower Yarns in the Lyra yarn, which is an alpaca silk linen blend in her opal colorway. So it's coming across as beige, but there are like little bits
There's little hints of color.
Peach and blue and stuff going through it. And it's a lovely yarn. Lovely. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm knitting it on 3.5mm needles. So it's coming along, and it is being held in the bag that I made for myself that I love so much. I just love this bag.
I had it on 3.75. I think I copied that wrong from your project.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's 3.5.
It is.
So,
I made a mistake.
There you go. And it's in this bag that I like so much.
That she made herself.
That I made myself.
Cool.
So, that's one project. I realized I cast on those My Cup of Tea socks a couple of weeks ago, if you happen to remember, out of a fondant fiber yarn. And that pattern just wasn't really working out with that because I decided to do it upside down and it just wasn't looking right.
Yeah, some patterns you can get away with it.
And then I started the Agatha socks.
Yes.
And it was also supposed to be a top down sock, and I wanted to convert it to a bottom up, which was fine because it's a symmetrical pattern. But there's a whole weird stitch count thing that happens along the leg, and and it was just turning into an irritation, and so hibernation. That little bag with that skein of yarn is in hibernation right now.
Okay.
Didn't work on my blanket at all this week. I instead cast on a pair of socks that are in this bag, which is by Shannon Fisher of Socksetra. She's opened an Etsy shop, and so I ordered this bag, which I just love. The blue and the brown together. Somebody commented on Instagram that was very me, and I was like, they know me probably a little too well. But I do like. I think it's coming across as a little bit more electric, but it's actually kind of a soft gray blue, and a nice brown together, and it's brown on the inside. So I've got a pair of socks in here that are just a pair of socks that I'm kind of making up as I go, and I am knitting them for a friend of mine. And his birthday was actually in January, but he said that he prefers to celebrate it in July. So I thought, fine, I'm going to make you a pair of socks.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm making him a pair of socks, and it's just got a 3x1 rib going up the front. And this is the Wood Smoke colorway by Top Draw Sock from Skein. Exactly.
Yeah.
And oh my goodness, it's soft. Holy camole. It's like super soft. Yeah. Really nice.
And it doesn't need much more than a 3x1.
No. No. So there you go. That's what I'm making for him. It's coming.
There you go.
There. It's coming. It was coming across as a little bit more bluey, but there's a lot of sort of gray going through it and stuff. And that is on my Chow Goose 2.25s. Do you know the other thing that I like about these? Not that I'm trying to convince her or anything. It's not gonna happen. It tells you on the side.
Yeah, these do too.
Yeah, and I hate, like the Addy or Addy sock rockets or whichever ones are great. Well, it's on the cable, but you have to have like a magnifying glass and have it turned just so to see which needle it is. So they're great needles, but I do like this feature. And they have them too?
Yeah.
Somewhere there.
Right there.
Yeah. So anyway.
With the right light you can see it, but it's very small.
So that's the other thing I just decided to cast on. When I got a little nervous about the Meadow Beauty, that it was going to be complicated and I was going to need like a simple something for those moments when I need a simple something. So I thought I'll cast on socks. So those will get done for July.
Because it's always nice to have socks on the needles.
It is actually. Yeah. So
it's one of those things you can pick up anywhere.
And I really like the size of this bag. It's kind of like your little awesome granny pouch, right? Like just enough.
It's just enough for the yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Cool.
Yeah. And we're into summer beverages now because it's really hot. I made some raspberry jam tea by David's Teas.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. I made it last night thinking I'll make iced tea tomorrow.
Yeah, a lot of their teas you can put on ice and they're very good.
Very nice.
So, you have some Sitch Talk. Because it's just you and me, so Sitch Talk is next.
Yeah, and stash later?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
Unless you want to do stash now.
I don't know. We're just going to go. Should we stick to knitting for now?
Sure. What's the name of the episode?
The Bumbling Idiots. That's what it's called.
Episode name.
Okay, let's just do the Sitch Talk since we can't decide. Alright. So this is... Do you have anything to show?
I do.
Oh,
you go first.
Okay. So, I just keep on making bags, people. I'm going to show them to you. So I made this one. This is a small sock size as well. And instead of making the drawstrings, I used some ribbon for it as well. And this doesn't have any interfacing, and it's just a small little bag. I really like this bag. It's just so adorable with beautiful birds on it. Sorry, I keep going whoop over there. And then I made some other ones. This is a flower one. I haven't shown this one to you yet.
No.
So, yeah, it's a very sort of retro kind of feeling to it, I find. And this has a light interfacing in the bottom part of it. So you can see the difference between these two.
Yeah, so like sock, shawl.
Yeah. And then here's another one.
That's one stunning.
Whoop.
It's that dusty rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the dark polka dots that I also had on my my goth girl bag. It's the same one there, and then I did sort of a purple interior like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
those have fabric drawstrings that she made.
Yeah, the bigger ones have fabric drawstrings.
Yeah, quite nice.
And then there's the fish bag. I just love this bag. It makes me smile. With pink or red polka dots on the inside.
Yeah, that's kind of awesome.
I just love this bag.
Yeah.
So you could have two skeins in these ones.
Oh, easily.
Some of them are a little taller than others, but they're all the same width. And this one I haven't made the drawstrings yet. But I have to make one for Sue. I just found out. So
my husband's an entomologist and he studied bees.
This has got bees all over it with some
absolutely love it.
Honeycomb motif at the bottom, and then this bag has just a sort of a light flower fabric on the inside.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's really fun.
It's gonna be mine.
So I have decided to open a shop. I told you. You called it. I'm a little...
Sorry, I'm her biggest fan.
You know... So sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not talking myself out of this. I think I have a terrible, terrible tendency of, like, talking myself out of stuff and just kind of,
This has been, like, weeks in the making.
And it's not... I'm not allowing myself to talk myself out of anything this time.
Shop name discussion.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So we talked about it last time, and I was going to call it Serene Creek, but there was something about that was just bugging me. And so I've changed it slightly to Little Creek. It's going to be called Little Creek Designs. And I can't tell you exactly when the shop update will be. It probably will not be this week. So maybe you can announce it for me on the podcast or something. Mm-hmm. And then I'll also say something on Instagram. And then we'll see what happens. So I'm having so much fun doing this. I just love making these bags. I love combining the fabrics and stuff.
You've got a very good eye.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So there's a real summer theme to all of these bags, as you can tell. Bugs, flowers, fish.
Are you going to say what the name
birds.
of your bags are going to be called?
I haven't completely decided. We were playing around with names where they're like, the small one should be the brook bags, as in a little brook. And then the shawl size ones would be the stream bags. And then if I made slightly bigger bags, then they would be the river bags. So that might happen, or they might just be the 1 skeiners and the 2 skeiners and the 3 skeiner bags. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I figured that's a little detail that doesn't matter quite so much.
It won't really matter because they're all going to sell.
Well, if they don't, then they'll be staying with me.
Every once
I
in a
have
while
to say, they're like my little babies.
Well, every once in a while I make a bag and go, oh, I don't want to.
So I have to say, this one, I just...
See, that screams you because you love birds.
Yeah.
Right? Because when I had those bird bags in my shop, you were just like,
oh. Yeah, I do like birds. And the fish bag really makes me smile.
Yep.
Like this bag
it's so
just
cheerful.
Makes me smile. Anyway, there they are. So that's what I've been working on.
Cool.
As a result, I don't actually do as much knitting, eh?
Yeah, you're in sewing la la land.
I kind of am. I'm having a bit of a love affair.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then we both bought.
Yep.
Because I have to say, the one thing that I enjoy less about making these bags is making the drawstrings.
Very tedious.
They're tedious and time consuming. I really love the quality of them because unlike a ribbon or whatever, they're not going to fall apart or fray. They're really sturdy. I almost feel like you could carry it around like a little purse.
Yep.
You know, like you could even go, depending on the fabric, you could use it as a little purse. So they're really nice and sturdy, but they're a little on the tedious side to make. There's a lot of ironing and slow ironing and folding.
Well, and the thing is, they're quite long, too.
And they are long, so we each bought a pair of these bias tape makers. And they really work well. I just tried it quickly last night with hers, because mine are still in the package, as you can see. They only arrived last night. We ordered them off of Amazon.
I think she was a little wowed when I showed her at work how
when
they
she
work.
showed me at work, I was like, ugh. So it really does make it a lot faster, and it's going to make making the drawstrings more fun.
It'll make a difference.
And I also ordered a bag.
Book.
I mean, a book. A book about bags. Smell this.
Wow.
I opened the Amazon box, and it smelled like incense. It smells like Japanese incense.
Must be in the paper.
It just is absolutely, like, I was like, man, this smells great. So I can't really review it much. I've had a look through it, and it's beautiful. Called Handmade Bags in Natural Fibers by Emiko Takahashi. And then it's a typical Japanese pattern book. So the patterns are at the back, and they're not always like all that well laid out. I can't tell you about this book because I really haven't had a chance to look at them, but that's okay because I now know more what I'm doing, so it's going to be
You can look at the picture and
I'm going to understand what they want me to do.
Yeah.
But
well, and the thing about Japanese knitting patterns, I don't know if it's the same thing about sewing, is they leave a lot to your imagination and to your. You need to know how to do things already.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the sewing books are going to be the same.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
You need to know the steps. So there's just all kinds of simple pouches. One of the reasons I bought it was I wanted to know how to make that kind of bag, which I think would be great for, carrying around when you're walking.
Mm-hmm.
If you like to knit and walk.
Mm-hmm.
There are these great purses in here. So anyway, clearly there's a bit of a bag thing. I don't actually have a lot of purses, but it looks from all the bags, like all the books I keep taking out of the library, that I've got a bag thing.
And my daughter has mine.
She's got a bag thing. She's got like a serious bag thing.
I've got over 50 project bags. Well over 50.
This one is a neat one too. Really
Yeah.
delicate, and it's got not pleats, but there's sewing on the sides here.
Oh.
Like darts.
Darts, yeah.
Basically darts to shape the bag. So there are some interesting techniques in here that I think, I'll want to learn, and then it'll also lead me towards clothing. So anyway, yeah, cute little book. And it smells great.
That's kind of awesome.
I know.
See, this is the bag I like right here, but I would want a longer handle.
She's talking about this one here in the corner. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's what arrived yesterday, and that is my Sitch Talk. That's my Sitch Talk.
I made a few bags. Mainly, this is my favorite. I bought this key fabric when I was at a Walmart in the States. I think Rob was there, so we were in Chicago, and I absolutely love it. Love it. And so I had some, I didn't put any interfacing in this one, and I had some canvas, so I put canvas on the bottom. And because it's for me, it's got green inside. It's holding my other, that is my caterpillar green yarn.
Oh, you skeined it already? Mm-hmm.
I haven't started it.
Okay.
You know what happened? I got upset with the Bluebells and I skeined this up. But then I'm like, nope, don't do it. And then I made a couple drawstring bags. This is her fault. I was just like, I gotta make some. So I had some fat quarters. I dropped a little bit of money at the fabric store. I had some fat quarters in my hand, and if you go down in the basement at the fabric store that we go to, there's a lot of sale items, and they actually had a basket that they weren't fat quarters, but they were different shapes, like odd shapes, like rectangular almost, and they were cheaper than the fat quarters. So I bought this,
which is so fun.
Yeah. And this top fabric is a pillowcase.
It's great.
Yeah. And then the inside, I had found this nice green. And, of course, the drawstring that takes forever. So that's one. It'll probably go in the shop. This one...
Are you sure?
This one I'm on the fence about if it's going to go in the shop. But I have more of this fabric, so it's not so bad. So, does that scream summer?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, and I put interfacing in this. I bought new interfacing, so it's got a little bit of sturdiness. And then I found this fat quarter. It's purple. And so...
That's really fun.
Yeah. So those are the two that I made, plus the one for myself. This morning I cut up a whole bunch of fabric for to make some knot bags. I'm going to have an update. I'm not going to say when. My shop is closed at the moment because I want there to be a nice selection. I've got some stitch marker ideas going on.
Ooh, you're having fun.
Yes. It'll probably be after my birthday, which is the 5th of June, so it'll be sometime after that. But yeah, love it. So, stash?
Well, I wasn't going to have any stash except for the bag from Socksetra.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jessica
Saranova
came for a visit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And brought stuff. So I showed up at midnight last night, and she gave me a skein of her own hand-dyed yarn.
Oh, that's hers. Nice.
Yeah, she hand-dyed it.
Mm-hmm.
And she
that's
actually
you.
Well, she had two. One that was more bluey and this one that's actually more pinky, but it's coming across as a little bit more bluey on there. And they were both lovely. Really lovely. And she'd gotten a very nice consistent color.
It's really nice.
And it's 100% wool, so I won't make socks with it. Let's see if we can get the...
That's no bad.
It's a bit bluey. But anyway, whatever. It's just lovely. So thank you so much, Jessica. Totally shawl.
I did not get to spend a lot of time with her because
shawl.
I wasn't allowed to drive because of my head. And I didn't think I would be very good sitting in a coffee shop trying to knit. I needed to be at home, so I laid in bed and watched Netflix.
And you had
I did
chores
Netflix
as well.
and I did Netflix and knit.
Did you now?
I did.
That was me on the Oscilloscope. I really should probably call the Oscilloscope Good Wife Season 6.
I have to get the next season. I'm going to download it, so I should probably bring it to you.
Oh, yes, you should. Anyway.
Okay, so.
So there you go. That's one thing. And then, of course, she brought a couple of little things from somebody, and that was from Mandy.
Yeah, because
Mandy
she's
Pineco.
in New Hampshire. She detoured to Vermont to see Mandy and Michael, who are friends of ours, and then came here. And so Mandy and Michael said, "Here's stuff. Take it."
You know, it's amazing the friendships that have been created because of podcasting.
Well, we're a group of about 10 that are online Facebook. We have our own little Facebook chat group. We are talking 24/7. We all have VKNs, so we're on all of them. Sometimes we take over the VKNs and no one else can get in. It's just, yeah. It's amazing.
And you see that with like all kinds of different podcasters, right? There's a lot of camaraderie. So Jessica, you know, I was like, boy, you're kind of like on a podcast road trip. Because she went to visit Mandy and Michael and then came here and was on her way to Toronto today to see Sarah the Canadian Knitter. So I was like, wow.
Yeah, Mandy's Mandy Pinecone Crafts and Michael is the Gay Knitter Podcast.
Yeah. And so Mandy sent through Jessica this cute little pouch and a needle minder thingamajiggy, which are very adorable. And this David's Tea Luscious Watermelon. It smells really good. It's the perfect timing for this because we're into really yummy smelling. Into making iced teas now. So this is probably gonna get made tonight and then tomorrow be drunk cold.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Mandy, and thank you, Jessica.
Cool.
How's about you?
Yeah, I got some stash. So Freckled Whimsy, my friend Carrie Lynn. This is the third bag I got from her. Because, you know, Instagram is an instigator. It should be called Instigator, not Instagram. She posted some of these sheet bags in different colors, and I fell in love.
It is a very, very, very nice bag.
Absolutely love it. It's the sheet with the flowers in the middle that really got me. And I didn't realize it. It's canvas. And she's got a little bit of interfacing inside, and of course, her signature key fob or handle. And then there's a little clip on the side here that you can probably put stitch markers on, and it's polka dot on the inside. And basically the concept, if you don't know Freckled Whimsies, these are her sock nanny bags. She came up with this because she wanted a bag that she could throw socks in, a shawl in, or whatever, and fold over so that nothing gets caught on the zipper. So basically it turns it into a bucket. I love it. Absolutely love it. And that's what my Bluebell shawl is living in.
It's such a beautifully made bag.
These are her new cards, because this was not her logo before. And on the back she has where you can find her, but she has this little saying. It says, "Thank you to the moon and back down to the dirt." I think it's kind of awesome. And then she sent some candy, which my daughter took. Some kind of an apple candy. They were kind of sour. And this beautiful postcard. And if you know me, any cards or postcards or anything that is sent with a package, I have them all.
Really?
Yes. I do not throw them out. It's, I don't know, a handwritten note from somebody in a little card, I can't throw it out.
Yeah.
I just can't. So that was something I ordered. And then
I need one too. I gotta find one.
My package from my yarn from Jessica, which I was totally not expecting at all. She bought me yarn that is local to her, and it's called 100 Ravens, and it's the Yako space, and it is in the color Bearded Iris. So, 100 Ravens, and I like her logo. Love the logo.
And I love the fact that it matches Sue's nail polish.
Yeah, I painted my nails this morning. Bright green. Shimmery green. And so she said it basically don't make socks with it because it's 100% merino, and it's not a very fine twist.
Actually, it's her friend, and this is her friend's base.
Okay.
This is 100 Ravens
her base
as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so it's not tightly twisted, but this is going to make... Oh my god, it looks blue.
That's what I was saying, that this is coming across more blue. It's like a really rich royal purple.
Man, we have such a hard time with the blues in this room. I can't wait till I paint it. It's really, really purple.
Yeah.
Like, does the purple on here show up?
Yeah.
See that purple? That's the color of my yarn.
How come it's showing up there? Because of the white.
Yeah. Well, you can see some of the purple. But yeah, it's not as bright as it should be. And then, Mandy Pinecone, made me a bag. Because the bag had all of our goodies. Mine, there's a little bag for Lynn. There was a bag for Selma. And I was like, but who's the big bag for? She's like, you. Isn't this the cutest bag ever?
I love the foxes.
Oh, love it. And of course, green on the inside. She put a handle on it, which is awesome. And then inside... Oh, this tea smells so good. She made me a pouch, which I love, because when I open it, you see the full fox. And of course it's green. Oh, I didn't notice that green. It's not the same green as inside the bag. Kind of cool. So I love this. Really love this. And then she made me one of these as well. And it's a different kind. It's not the one that's sewn all together. It's open. So you can fit any type of needle in there. Basically, how these work, if you don't know, is you put your project through there and it holds your needles.
Yeah, and I didn't know because I don't use DPNs and stuff, so I don't tend to use them.
Yep.
It's very cool.
It's very cool. So I got that, and then there was this little skein of yarn, and I don't know what the colorway is. Mandy? It's something about, is this screw you like something a rainbow? Nothing says screw you like a rainbow? Maybe? I don't know. But look at that. It's because Jen and Amanda just ordered Nothing Says Screw You Like a Rainbow. That's the name of the yarn.
That's hilarious.
And it's kind of awesome. And thank you that they did not have any in the shop when I looked. So I have a raspberry mojito.
Ooh.
And birthday cake.
Ooh.
So those will be very interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. So thank you very much, Mandy. And then the beast. The package of all packages. You know who you are, Michael. This is called Minion Attack. It is full. So, let's go through them.
You got yourself a reputation.
A calendar. He has more minions than I do. Yeah. So, calendar.
For next year or for this year?
It's this year's, but it doesn't matter because, minions. This is a mailbox. Valentine mailbox kit. So there's like all these minions on the back, but this is what it looks like.
Let's see. Oh, super fun.
It's basically every time we were on a VKN, he's like, that's going in the bag, and that's going in the bag. It's just like, oh boy. And, a minion cup. Kind of awesome. Not done yet. Minion figural eggs. So I think they open.
So you can put stuff in them?
Yeah. And then there's these Easter eggs that have candy in them. It doesn't stop. And then there's Model Magic by Crayola. You can actually make a mini. Make a minion.
Oh, well, guess what you're doing this afternoon?
Ashley had this open yesterday and she's like, oh, Play-Doh. Okay. So we're not done yet. These are kind of, I don't know what you call that. It's like blacklight kind of thing.
It's a decal. Blacklight decal.
So those are Minions.
Those are cool.
Oh yeah, I'm not done yet. Coloring book. And it keeps going.
Oh my gosh.
And a sticker book.
Okay, so this Minion World, man. Actually, on the way here, I saw a car that had Minion stuffies inside.
Nice. I want a Minion steering wheel cover. This is called a magnetic activity fun. So, basically.
Oh, fun.
Minion cards. And my daughter's exact words were, finally we have playing cards. Not done yet. This is a chocolate and toy treasure. So there's a toy character, 3D puzzle, and more. So they're collectible. Chocolate. And then we have Valentine's. And there's one last thing that my daughter just shook her head, and it is my favorite part of
No, these are crispy hearts. Chocolate,
okay.
crispy chocolate hearts.
Nice. But this is my favorite part, and it is the smallest part of the package. It's a Minion bracelet.
Let me see. Oh my goodness, they're little Minions. Mm-hmm. Oh, that is hilariously adorable.
I know.
Can we show those? They're just all little yellow and blue Minions.
I'll take a close-up. But yeah,
oh
so...
my gosh, that's adorable.
And then I have this nice little tote bag that she had everything in. It's so cute. I know, isn't it? Crazy. For stash. And the only other thing I have stash related, I am doing a test knit for my friend Katie. And she is Nekozuki Knits. And she has a podcast and she's a designer and she's Canadian. Oh, I gotta say this without a smile. It's called Ridged for Your Pleasure DK Hat. And she acronymed it as RFYP. So, yes, I'm allowed to show this, just so you know. So that's what it looks like. And basically you're using a variegated yarn, and whatever color you want to highlight, you're going to make it pop with the pattern.
Oh, cool.
So, I need help. I pulled out 4 DK yarns, and I don't know which one to make my hat out of.
Oh, my. So would this be for you?
Yep. So I have Undead yarn. It's sport, but I think it would work.
That's not sport.
No, it's DK. Close to worsted. So there's that from Undead yarn.
We gotta show them to you.
Well, yeah. So Undead yarn.
Yeah.
Then I have this one that I got eons ago, and it's called Yarn Hollow.
That's very nice.
You know, there's blues, and that's showing up nice.
Blues and taupes. Well, but yeah, there.
There.
There you can see the greens.
So there's that. And then there is Tinted Tangles in the Rainforest colorway, who is Krista McMahon, tintedtangles.com.
And that's not striped. It's
nope,
variegated?
It's variegated. So I've been looking at this forever, not knowing what to do with it. And then there's my second skein of Dragonfly fibers that I got in DC when I went on a yarn crawl by myself when we were there visiting.
Ooh.
Yep. I took the metro and everything. So it's Dragonfly fibers, and it is the Springtime in Paris colorway on the Traveler base. And I already made a hat out of this, but the hat that I made, I need to undo it and do a different hat because you lose the pattern.
Yeah.
But this, I wouldn't lose the pattern because it's a pretty simple hat. And there's lots of greens and blues and purples. And I'm having a really hard time figuring it out. I'll probably make more than one, but you get to choose, and that's what I'm going to knit.
Oh, it's all up to me.
Yep, because if it were me, you know exactly what I would pick. Exactly. So. I have a black coat, so anything will go with it. She's on the spot.
Oh dear, am I supposed to choose this like right now too?
No, you don't have to.
Okay. But I am between these two. I'm between the Dragonfly.
So should we leave it up to the viewers? Can I do a poll?
I'm between, this Tinted Tangles, which is very greeny and...
You'll see me coming down the street.
Yeah.
And see what I was thinking.
Which seems to also have longer...
Repeats
than this one. And this is this, and it's got red and...
It's a rainbow.
It's a rainbow yellow.
And basically, if this one is the one I choose, I'll probably rip out the hat. Sorry. Hope you didn't hear that. My daughter hurt herself. I'll probably end up ripping out the hat that I made and making a cowl or mittens.
There's some moaning happening outside.
There was some swearing and some moaning. I think she hurt herself coming up the stairs.
Sounds like she stubbed her toe or something.
It might be a little X-rated.
I'm kind of thinking this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking anyway.
So, respond in the thread. Or should I put them both up and have a poll?
You can do whatever you like.
Okay. These are the two colors she picked. She's going for the green. Which one do you think I should knit? Majority will win.
Okay.
I'm just going to do it. I'm leaving it in your hands.
There you go.
Just so that is on the ground.
That's amazing, Sue.
Then I'm going to let someone else choose?
In, like, the stash that just appears out of nowhere.
Oh, you've never seen this before?
Well, and just, I mean, that minion bag and all stuff, like, you know, I thought I wasn't going to have any yarn, and I'm like, oh, look at this. Yarn appeared.
Yeah, well, just magic.
It's magic. It's amazing.
I think, we did everything. Canada cow. In about a month. The Canada cow will start.
I didn't bring it with me, but I have started swatching with my Julie Asselin yarn, getting ready to make the sea salt.
There was a little bit of confusion. I didn't think we were using whips, but whips are in the rules. So.
Yeah, because this is really about highlighting Canadian designers and so forth. It's not really about knitting a particular project, because you might knit 3 projects that suit in that time, and that's fine. So yeah, whips are welcome.
If you have a Canadian designer and a Canadian yarn, you can enter that twice.
Yeah, and there was somebody who asked if she could enter if the bag was made in Canada. You can mention that, but that's not of your making. It's not part of the knit along.
No, I think they were mentioning there is another podcaster who is including that, and each podcaster who's participating can make up their own rules.
Absolutely,
their own rules.
But we're not including bags just because it's really about what you're making in terms of knitting or crocheting.
Yeah,
so it's not really there's no sew along here. Otherwise, you know what? If you were making bags, then it would be. But it's really about knitting and crocheting.
But I mean, get in the chatter thread, show us the yarn, show us the patterns. We love seeing yarn. We love seeing pattern ideas. Our cues and our favorites grow quite a bit when that happens, which is fine. And we can ooh and ah over your yarn.
Yeah, so that's just in about a month. So yeah, I've decided that I'm going to be making a sweater out of this Julie Asselin yarn that I have in the dappled gray. So I started swatching, not last night, this morning actually.
Which sweater?
I'm making the Sea Salt by Laura Ayler, which is, she's not Canadian, but that's okay.
The yarn is.
Yep. And I've been wanting to make that sweater in that yarn for a while, so that's going to happen. And I'm also going to make a shawl, the Carrie shawl. Now, who was the designer? But she's Canadian. I'm sorry. I don't remember off the top of my head.
I have no idea what I'm going to
And it's Log House Cabin yarn.
Yeah.
That we got at
I gave my Log House Cabin away in a swap.
Did you?
Yeah, it was chosen specifically for my swap partner who loved reds and oranges and sunsets, and that's why I picked
I remember
that
now.
Yarn. Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to knit. I mean, I've got tons of Canadian yarn. I've got tons of Canadian designer patterns in my queue, so I'll pick something.
Yep.
And
then I thought if I have time, I'll also make a pair of socks in there. And I thought, okay, I've got Crazy Dog Yarns, which is from here in Ottawa, Juliana as well. From here in Ottawa, Juliana's Fibers. And then I've got the Scrumptious Pearl.
Log House Cabin.
Yeah, but that's going to become a shawl. But in terms of socks, those are one of those 3 And I think I'm aiming... Well, it's going to depend. One of those, either Scrumptious Pearl, Juliana's Fiber, or Crazy Dog.
Yeah. Scrumptious Pearl is going to be donating a skein of her yarn. She sent me a picture. So when we have the prize, when I put the prize thread up in the next couple weeks, I will be putting pictures of everything or links to the shops of the people who are donating. So I will be recontacting you if you said you wanted to donate a prize, and just to confirm. And yeah, I'll be setting that up in the next couple weeks.
Super fun.
Yep. We have coupon codes. I did not forget to put them in the show notes this time. Lynn, you would be so proud of me. We have Bags by Awesome Granny, who has an ongoing coupon code, which means there's no expiry date, and it's for 10%, and it is 2TS10.
And there's also 6 Munchkin Stitching. Mm-hmm. Don't try to say that 10 times. It's unlikely that you'll be able to do it. Mm-hmm. But she's got an ongoing coupon code as well for 10% off, and it's all capital letters, 2 Tangled and the number 10, 2 Tangled 10.
Yeah, and make sure you visit the Canada Cal coupon code thread. Some of them are expiring at the end of May. We have some that are going all the way to the end of September, so there's no lack of choices. One that's expiring that I want to mention, which is a close friend of mine, who is Anna from Art by Anna. Hers is going to be expiring at the end of the month, and I just wanted to give her a shout out because
I have to admit I did go and peruse her store the other day.
Anna.
She does lovely gradients.
She does. I just wish she still lived here, because then I could see her when I pick up my yarn.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Yeah.
It's true.
It is.
Oh dear.
That's all she wrote, folks.
Oh dear.
So hopefully, Lynn, you're getting your tooth taken care of, or by the time you watch this, it has been taken care of, and you're not in pain anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it. You'll see her when you see her. Yes. She's on Instagram, and she posts in Ravelry a lot, so you can follow her that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
And connect with you in other ways.
When she's ready to open the shop, whenever you're ready to announce it, when you're ready to announce it on Instagram, I will repost it, and then and the weekend following it, we will mention it on the podcast, but you should open a thread in the Ravelry group as well, just to say I've posted it. You can put pictures of your bags.
All right.
Yeah, you have your own dedicated thread.
All right.
Yep, she's doing it. What's going to happen? They're going to sell. I have to buy them all myself.
Oh, no.
And I probably whispered too low for you to hear, but she heard me.
You do have a tendency to whisper a little bit.
I do. So, we'll get this uploaded. There probably won't be a lot of captions. I might just send it straight on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Have a good week, everybody, wherever you are.
Happy crafting. And we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Take care.